Welcome back to Gulf Coast Fight TV podcast. We have Jace on the phone. He's going to talk about the Fury Fighting Championship card that's coming up. And Jace, are you there?
Yes, I am.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, guys. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm here with Paco and Herzan Chow.
Oh, okay, great.
So, how are you looking forward to this card, man?
I'm looking really forward to this card, guys. We just we came off one in San Antonio a few weeks ago, and that was a really great card too. But it's nothing like being back home, you know.
Yeah.
We know all the fighters here, and we like to match these fights up a little bit better because you know we can make it a little bit more even, and we're not searching so hard for matchups as we would maybe in some other places like Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually just got off the phone with Ricky, man. We had an awesome and fun interview with him. It's he's really pumping up that fight because he's the main event, right?
Yeah, Ricky versus Tristan Grimsley. Yeah, I really have a lot of respect for Ricky. I've done some training with him myself, and yeah, the kid. My favorite thing about Ricky is his tenacity. You know, his ability to just keep going and never quit. And you know, he's got a tough test in front of him with Tristan. But, you know, I think he's on the right path, picking the right fights, and testing himself at the right, you know, areas in his career to actually make the big show or move to a higher level show, you know, a TV spot or something like that. So, yeah, we're really looking forward to that one.
Hey, Jed, how are you? This is Paco from Good Fight at War, sir.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. So tell us a little bit about tell us a little more about your main event. The two guys and probably the co-main event. We know Tristan is fighting Ricky, and Lavi West is fighting Chris Lopez.
Yeah, okay, so, you know, we've talked a little bit about Ricky versus Tristan. Mm-hmm. Both guys are super tough. Tristan's got a little bit more fight, but, you know, Ricky's nobody's walkthrough fight. So we definitely wanted to give Ricky a good fight, and he's been good to us, and we wanted to give to him. The other two guys are, you know, Levi West and Chris Lopez. They're former training partners, and I know both the guys really well. I've trained with both of them. I've helped both of them out, you know, in fight camps and in other areas and stuff. And I think that was going to be a really good scrap. You know, it all just depends on which guy shows up.
Yeah.
You know, to me, Levi West has a lot of talent inside the gym. He hasn't really been able to kind of put it together yet on the you know, on the big stage in front of the lights and stuff. But
Hey, Jace.
he's a super talented kid.
Jace.
And then you got Chris on the other hand that's you know, on an undefeated streak, 4-0, and you know, Chris is nobody's walkthrough for sure. You know, Chris is a super tough guy, and he's always game fighter. So, you know, Levi West's record's a little upside down, but you know, he's nobody to be taken lightly either, and I know that Chris knows that. So you guys are really going to be in for a treat with that one. I had a lot of people asking me about that, like, wanting to see it, just the casual fan, you know, that know these guys, they want to come, you know, and watch that fight.
Yeah.
So, pretty good one.
Now, has Levi West found a mouthguard that fits very well?
I don't know. I guess someone needs to give him some advice on that, man. Maybe get a kid-size mouthguard or something like that. Comes up so it doesn't gag him.
Because you're right. I think Levi, you know, I like you said, his record's a little upside down, you know, and you know, just unfortunate things like that happen when you're fighting. You know, you never know when crazy stuff's gonna go down. But I'm sure you understand that better than anybody. I mean, how are you doing? How's the stitches healing up? And you still pretty?
Oh yeah, I got all it. Yeah, I'm good, man. I got all healed up from a little incident that happened in February. So
Yeah.
I'm healing up good, and we're moving on from that, and just keep plugging away and put another fight card together.
Yeah, man, ever since Fury Fighting Championship 2, man, you guys have been kicking it up a notch. It's like every month y'all are just everywhere. And the thing is, your fights has been awesome, man. It's like I rather watch, you know, the local Fury cards and the Legacy cards more than I do the UFC fight card. Maybe just because, you know, we know personally some of the fighters, but like, man, like especially that, you know, like in San Antonio, I heard the whole was it Richard Odoms? Richard Odoms?
Yeah,
him,
Richard Odoms.
him and Jeremy fight was awesome. And then
Yeah.
I remember the one with what else was it? The one with what's his name? Umberto and Hollis.
Umberto De Leon and Ryan Hollis.
Yeah, that one was nasty.
Yeah, that one was really great fight. A lot of, I think, promotions have been trying to put together for a couple of years, we finally just made it happen. You know, we were like, you know what, the fans want to see this fight. These guys wanted to fight for multiple times, and they could just never make it happen. So, yeah, that was a fight that we actually had to bend over, you know, and backwards to kind of, you know, make contracts, switch contracts around, so like that, so we could make that fight happen because we wanted the fans to be able to see that fight.
Yep.
And I know Ryan really wanted it, and I know that Humberto really wanted it, and both those guys have all my respect. So, I mean, I've been watching these guys before I was a promoter. I was, you know, a fighter. I was training, and I've been watching a lot of these old school guys like Humberto train and fight for a long time. So
Yeah.
I really, you know, one of the reasons I really started this fight promotion with Eric is because we really did want to help guys like Alex Morano, Chris Lopez, Humberto De Leon find the right fight, you know, and kind of move their career along because Legacy is so popular and so big.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get on their fight cards, you know. I mean, they just only have so many spots, and they do a great job too. You know, we got a good relationship with them, but you know, there's other spots for these guys to get some wins and make some fights and to test themselves at the right time, kind of like we're doing right now.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Because like, you know, most of the Fury Fighting Championship cards is pretty much booked. You know, when at least the times I'm there, it's always pretty much like there's like no seats empty. You know, Evan, especially the one in Humble.
Especially in Humble because everybody knows it's there from the Cage Combat card and stuff like that. Like that's really kind of like our home, and you know, everybody knows it's there, and we really love putting on fights, and the fighters do their part. You know, for the most part, all the fighters that we've asked to, you know, sell tickets or you know, just build your own brand up, they've done it. You know, guys like Chris, guys like Tristan and Ricky, and you know, we got a couple of bettors on the card like Rocky Long that are coming and fighting and Ray Blodgett. And so yeah, I mean, we really love doing shows in Humble. We're not gonna stop. I mean, we're gonna continue. We got at least 3 more shows booked for the rest of your pro, and so we're gonna keep going. I mean, we want to be at the very least, we want to be somebody who is recognized throughout the state.
Right. You know, with Legacy versus RFA card, I don't know if you saw that fight card about a week or 2 ago.
I mean, I watch almost all the fights.
Yeah. What are we gonna see a Fury versus Legacy sometime?
Well, you know, I think the thing with Legacy is that they're under a pretty stringent contract obligation. They have a key deal, so you know, something like that wouldn't be on TV if it did happen.
Right.
But I'm sure that we would be more than willing to do that, and I know that Mick is always, you know, down to do different stuff like that too. But yeah, so I mean, in the future, that could be something that happens. But right now, we're just, like I said, we're just trying to build our brand up, you know, and that's what we've been doing. So that's why we've been putting some of these shows on to let everybody know, hey, here's another spot for you guys to maybe get recognized by a Legacy or by RFA, you know, type of promotion.
Right. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. We know we're really excited for this upcoming fight card. And you know, the card is stacked as usual. And we saw Sage Northcutt. He's still on it, right?
Yeah, Sage is fighting Devin Christensen. You know, that kid's been on a tear.
Yeah.
I really think the kid's got a lot of talent. He's got a great attitude. And yeah, he's fighting some kid out of Beaumont named Devin Christensen. And I think it's going to be a great fight. You know, the last 4 fights on this card are all going to be like don't blink fights.
Yeah.
Right.
You're gonna have guys that can submit you or knock the other guy out. You know, and if they do go to decision, like if Tristan and Ricky does go to a decision, it's not gonna be boring.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Not a boring fighter. Like he's never in a boring fight.
No, he doesn't stop.
That's really something to bring in. They're going to do that. You know, come May 22nd.
Yeah. And man, I see that you have Adrian Yanez, so he's an up-and-coming prospect too. Him and Jake Snyder, that should be a good one. And I see that you know, Daniel Turner is making his pro debut against Randy McCulloch. That man, it's a stacked card. And I see you have an amateur before them too, huh?
Yeah, we got like 4 amateur fights before that. You know, now in Texas, if you have both licenses, you can do pro and amateur.
Wow.
And that is something that has really helped the promoters out so they don't lose money.
Right.
As good as it looks from the outside, and as many people that it look from the outside, it's not easy to run a fight card and legitimately make it. It's a very difficult thing to do, which is why you don't see a lot of corporations or promoters stay in business, because it's just so hard to maintain the constant stream of revenue when you're constantly changing fighters. And
Yeah.
I mean, you got to look at a fighter as like a contract laborer. So if you get a different contract laborer every single fight, it's kind of hard to maintain the same revenue, you know?
Yeah.
That's true, man. That's true. Well, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to, Jace? You know, we're really thankful that, you know, you gave us some time to talk to you about your upcoming fight card. And, you know, we're
Sure, man.
really excited, man.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there. I just, you know, obviously I want to thank everybody that, you know, that fights for us. I mean, honestly, we really work hard so that these guys can have a good platform to put on their showcase their skills. And so, you know, thank you to them, and thank you to you guys for interviewing.
Hey, are you gonna be doing any like live streaming of the fights anytime soon or anything like that?
Yeah, we're working on it, man. We got some things in the works. I can't really say right now, but we definitely we're gonna have surprises for you guys pretty soon in that area and in a few other areas. So I think you guys are gonna be, you know, one thing that I always try to do as a promoter is I always try to mix it up, and when you come to one of Eric's fights, you don't just go, oh, it's just another fight card. Like you always try to mix it up and do different things. You know, whether it be putting on, you know, like our last event, we had a guy rapping in the cage, and then a couple of events before that, we had a guitar player playing the national anthem. It's small stuff, but it does make a difference. Man.
Yeah,
we got some other stuff coming up for you guys for entertainment purposes, and then some live streaming type stuff, and a few other things I think you guys would be excited about. So just stay tuned.
Awesome, man. Well, you know, we're looking forward to all the rise of Fury. And
Sweet, brother. Sweet.
Yeah, and again, thank you so much for your time, man. You know, let's do this podcast again sometime.
Okay, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Awesome. Thanks, Jace.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
So that's Jace from Fury. You know, we're excited for that fight card. How about you guys?
It's gonna be good, man.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good up and coming guys that are gonna be on there. Lots of energy.
Yeah.
And like he said, you know, it's tough getting on some of like the name, like Legacy. You know, some Legacy's getting bigger. A lot of people want to fight on it. So sometimes it's hard to get on the local cards.
Yeah.
And with new shows like Fury coming up, putting on good productions, it's really nice, man. You don't have to go fight in a barn. You don't have to go to Louisiana and you know have the state like check your hands, and you don't even have them wrapped yet, and they're like, all right, you're good. You know.
Yeah.
You don't care about, you know, nothing against Louisiana in case everybody's watching, but you know, it's nice to have these good productions coming up, making bigger shows.
Yeah.
Being able to put on pro shows, pro-am shows, giving the amateurs a good opportunity. It's nice, man. I like that their other shows are keeping up and staying up and making events for us to fight on, for sure.
What do you think, Paco? I know that, you know, in a bunch of these Fury cards, you're Woo MMA's there.
Right. We've been working with Fury and Cage Combat for a while already. They're just a great company. They're doing great stuff. You know, every fight card they do is better and getting better and gets better. I'm excited about Fury 6. You know,
They always know who to bring. You know, they always know the different fighters that, you know, that we'd like to watch and see the matchup. They always make the matchups that we want. You know.
Right. The venue is good. It's really nice. The whole environment is always nice.
Very organized.
Do you have any predictions for the main event and co-main event?
For the
Woo fight gear certified.
Probably I don't know. Probably Ricky. I really like Ricky. As fight a couple times.
Paco picks.
Paco picks.
Paco picks.
I like that one.
I will probably go with Ricky for the main event.
Okay.
Ricky and Chris Lopez. I want to say.
Ricky by what? Decision, sub.
It's 5 round.
TKO,
Is it 3 round
KO?
or 5 round? It's not a title, right? It's just.
No, it's not a fight. It's a title. No, it's not.
It's not a title.
The
It's
UFC
not a
is the
title.
only one that does 5 round main event, right?
It really depends. I think
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think Ricky will do for I don't know, probably TKO. I want to see that. Probably.
By Hadouken?
And Chris Lopez probably the same thing. Probably the same thing. TKO.
TKO.
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think Ricky's gonna take it. I want to see TKO, but I think he's gonna just outclass this guy.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's gonna pretty much outclass him, and wherever he goes, I think Ricky's pretty much got it.
I mean, his attitude just
Yeah.
it's amazing for this fight. That's gonna
Yeah, and he's got cardio for days, I guess. You know, he's just got so much energy in him. It's just you can't beat someone like that, I guess.
What
For
do you
the
think, Gerson?
I think, well, I mean, based on Tristan Grimsley's record and how he's done in his most recent fights, I definitely going to give the win to Ricky, but it's not going to be easy. I mean, if he can't defend Tristan's takedowns and possible, the submission attempts.
Is Tristan a jiu-jitsu guy?
Well, I mean, four of his wins are
Okay.
a submission, and then he
Right.
has one TKO. He's
Okay.
lost by TKO as well.
Right,
To
okay.
me, that means he's going in there and he's getting close and he's
Yeah,
throwing
yeah.
hands or he's
Given a fight, yeah.
Exactly. So I mean, that's not, and that's the thing though. Rick, it's kind of like Ricky. He's like an unstoppable force.
Yeah,
like he's not
yeah.
gonna stop coming. He's not, So if Ricky can avoid getting caught.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, maybe he'll end up in Tristan's guard and he'll be doing a good job doing ground and pound like he did
Yeah.
against
Edward?
Edward.
Yeah, yeah.
He can pull out a decision that way.
Uh-huh,
But with someone like Tristan who has those 4 submissions, well, when you're doing all this, he might be able to take the pounding and just last the whole fight.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just depends. The lower weight class you go, the less knockouts you get. For some reason we can't hit very hard. I guess. I don't know. But I see Ricky pulling out the win. Maybe decision.
Decision?
Don't get mad, Ricky. Don't get mad. Okay? Yeah. Decision. Just prove me wrong.
What about the
Shit.
co-main event? Chris Lopez versus Levi West.
I got Chris Lopez. I think I agree with you on that one.
Gonna stay undefeated.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be.
Yeah.
We'll see.
It's going to be entertaining. I know
It's
that.
gonna be the whole card.
Levi.
Gonna be entertaining.
Yeah.
Don't choke on your mouth guard. I know you're tired of hearing it, man. Go out there, kick some butt.
Yeah, you're right, man. This whole card's going to be stacked. They just gotta come out, buy tickets, help local fighters. And
They're good shows.
Yep.
They're good shows. You can watch it on TV, but it's not the same thing. The energy's not the same. You got to go to the show. You got to be right there.
so much more fun.
Yeah.
So much more fun.
I saw this highlight of this video the other day of this guy. It was an MMA fight, and he was doing a combination on the guy, and all you see is sudden is a spray of red.
Oh,
And
God.
He hit him in the ear and made his
No.
cauliflower exploded.
No.
You can see it. Like it was
Yeah.
like it really was like just a like you punched
man.
a bubble or something and just see red spray
I
everywhere.
think something similar happened over there.
Legacy?
UFC or something. One of the girls got the same.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
they
saw
had-
that.
And I think it
Just
was
like,
Her ear was falling
UFC
off.
Mexico, I think was. the
Yeah.
one that
Oh my
happened.
God.
That was crazy. But,
Speaking of
horrible.
Mexico, the best gloves are made in Mexico, and they sell the best gloves at Woo.
Woo, check out their website at woofightersworld.com.
Yes.
Is that the Cleto Reyes, right? The Cleto Reyes?
right, Cleto Reyes, they're made in Mexico.
Knuckle
Pacquiao wore them for their last fight.
We have them over there. Go check it out.
Yeah,
That's
check it
not-
out.
Maybe D gloves?
What?
D gloves Pacquiao wore?
D gloves? That's the D gloves that Pacquiao wore? Yeah, stay tuned. We still got one or two more segment coming up. Remember to check out Woo Fighters World over at Richmond Avenue. What number again?
6423.
6423
Richmond Avenue?
Richmond Avenue, Suite S. Suite S.
S.
Welcome back to Gulf Coast Fight TV podcast. I am your host, Nico, and I got Herzan Chow and Paco from Woo Fighters World. And now we're going to talk about a little UFC segment and I guess the boxing segment. And we do have to talk about the Savarese promotion event that happened, was it last weekend or two ago? That was actually a really, really good card. They kind of competed with the same, the day after was the Kirkland versus Canelo fight, which is awesome. It kind of brings back, the weekend before that, it was the Mayweather and Pacquiao fight, and kind of gives bad taste in everyone's mouth about boxing. But then you got the Savarese promotion fights, awesome, high action pace, high pace, and then we got the Kirkland Canelo fight, which was, it brought back the love of boxing to a bunch of people, And I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, but it was not as exciting as the Kirkland-Canelo fight or any of the Savarese promotion fights, y'all weren't there, I was there, but did you hear anything about the Savarese promotion boxing event?
I heard about Angel Huerta that
Yeah.
he got a
TKO.
A TKO.
TKO, yeah.
First, second round. Was it the
Was
third
it-
round or something? It was pretty
second
close.
round. I think it was
Second round
second
TKO,
round,
which was great. Savarese promotions, they always put in a good fight. So
Yeah, they actually have. Hang on, let me see the guy's name. It was it's Justin Ledet. I guess he's a local guy from Texas City, I think. you know, somewhere on the south area. And let me find it real quick. And he fought this guy.
Colombian.
Yeah, he fought the guy from Colombia who apparently was a national champion
Oh,
back
really?
in like 2000. I forgot what year it was.
Amateur.
Yeah, an amateur champion. Yeah, and his name is Celso Pinzon. And man, like this guy, Justin, it's one of those David and Goliath fight where Justin is huge. He's like tall, you know, big, and he just keeps coming. But this guy, the Colombian guy, just can't stop coming. He's like the Terminator. Like I'm
Wait, which one?
everyone.
Oh, the one that turns into liquid?
He didn't turn to liquid, but yeah, he kept going forward, man. It's like Justin would be popping with hard shots, just unanswered shot, but then he would just just charge forward. He's like that Rock from Fantastic Four.
There you go.
He's legit. Like it looks. Like, yeah, yeah. It was a good fight, and then we had what else did we have? We had the main event, which was Samuel Gutierrez versus Juan Lea. Juan Lea is a local favorite. You know.
Yeah,
Juan Lea,
yeah.
The 112-pound.
Oh
guy.
man, watching him fight that, it wasn't even seem that long ago.
Yeah, I forgot which fight card that was. Yeah, it was the Savage Promotion event.
Kid's got talent.
Yeah, yeah,
Golly.
he's upcoming, man. I don't know if you ever heard of Juan
So
Lea.
fast.
Start looking up, man. He's one of those guys, you know, you need to start watching. But unfortunately, he actually lost.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the guy
man.
came in all the way from Mexico on the day of weigh-ins. Diego was there at the weigh-ins, and he came in late, came in overweight, and this and that. So, what's that?
1 pound.
By 1 pound? Okay, yeah. So he came in over by 1 pound, but came in all the way from Mexico, and you know, Juan Lea took the fight anyway.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a title fight though. So that
that's
was
good.
yeah. It was a good fight. It was back and forth, man. It's as usual. Juan just takes it. It's
Yeah.
he's one of those guys you need to watch. you know?
Right.
It's just so fun to watch. And you know, let's move on to other boxing stuff. Kirkland against Canelo. Did you watch it? Yeah.
Mexican Ginger.
Yeah,
Woo!
yeah, him and Kirkland. And you said Kirkland has been off the game for a while, right?
I think yes. Kirkland's been out for about 3 years. I think that was
Right. Is illegal stuff,
his
or is
first
he
fight
just-
after 3 years, so it was kind of tough for him.
Yeah.
I think he had some problems before, right? I think
Yeah.
he had some. I think he had some issues with that. Some issues. I think with his gym or
Yeah,
with his coach
because
or something like
he
that.
was training with that girl, that lady, Ann something.
He's a Texas guy. He's a Texas
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
he's
That he
from-
was training with Ann. That God, I forgot her last name, but she was a very well known boxer, one of the best boxers in the world, and she had like different training methods. You know, they had this one training method where she would drive in like a truck, and right in front of the truck they would hang a pole and then a bag, like a heavy bag, and then she would drive forward. And the guy had to like keep up with the bag
Or get ran over.
or get run over. You know, if you can't get run over by a truck, you can't get run over by anyone.
Wow.
That's a good. That's I mean, hey.
Did they throw wrenches at him too?
The guy has a really good record. The guy has
Golly.
has 31 wins. 31 wins now. Now I think 3 losses now, 3 or 2.
Man, that's not bad at all.
Canelo's is actually a really good record, you know. But it was just not enough for Canelo.
Yeah,
He
Canelo
went there
just-
around, and everybody knows.
Yeah, because the first round, I mean, he tried charging at Canelo, but then I guess Canelo just found his numbers, and I remember it was like the first uppercut, right? It was like
Right.
it was an
He dropped
uppercut
him,
that
he
caught him.
dropped
Yeah.
It almost looked like he knocked his head off.
Yeah, yeah. No, it was an uppercut, and then like the later round, Canelo just.
Yeah.
I mean,
Golly. He even right after the fight, as he knocked him out, Canelo went up to him, like kind of just to make sure he's okay. You know, man, it was
You're dead.
It was brutal.
You're dead.
It was brutal.
And it's pretty interesting what's coming for Canelo. Canelo has couple good fights. I think couple really possible cool fights.
Yeah.
In future. I think they're talking about Cotto. I think might be
Cotto, yeah,
his
that'd be a
next
good
fight,
one.
Cotto or a couple other more guys. So that will be
Yeah.
pretty cool to
Or
see.
Triple
that.
G.
Oh, Triple G, that was him also last night.
Yeah,
That-
he
that
won
was him
this
also,
20th knockout, right?
Last
Or-
night, and he won really nice. You know, he's a lot of power. You know, it's probably the next big thing. You know,
Yeah.
coming up.
Do these
Triple G.
boxers wear some Cleto Reyes boxing gloves?
I'm not sure. I think we've seen Canelo fighting with Cleto Reyes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. It's the
I
best
remember
gloves
a while
around.
ago.
It's
Yes.
the best gloves around, right?
Around where? Houston? Where can you get him in Houston?
I don't know. Paco, tell us where can we get some Cleto
I
Reyes?
think Fighters were maybe the only place. Yes.
Yeah, certified.
See, if
Certified.
these were Cleto Reyes, they might not hurt as much.
Oh God, yes. Ow. Stop it. So yeah, yeah.
Cup
Go
check.
get yourself
Cup check.
some boxing gloves.
Just sell
Cleto Reyes.
cups?
Yes.
Cups too?
Cup.
Cup check.
Yeah.
Cup check.
No, no,
right?
no, no,
Okay.
no, no. We're
Alright.
good on that one. We're good on that one. So, what else are we going to talk about? We got UFC. We got to talk about UFC. That's going to be our last segment.
We're talking
for
about,
UFC.
talking about Mark Hunt a minute ago.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch the fight. You get to watch the fight?
Yes, I got to watch the fight. It was pretty
Sad?
pretty sad, kind of brutal. Mark Hunt got punished, I think, a little bit too much.
Yeah.
You said there was a record?
I think they set up a record. I think it's really good to
Game
be
po-
known for that, right? I think he got the record, the guy that got punched more times
Yeah.
than everybody else. I think got punched.
He
like
got
100
hit the most out of anybody
Yes,
in UFC history?
and in UFC history, I think.
Probably
I think
MMA
it was the
history.
and I think it was MMA history. I think over 200 times or something like that.
Oh my God! It's not a
So-
boxing match; it's an MMA
So
fight.
that
just
was
to
crazy
keep you.
to see. I don't know about the corners. Corners probably would have thrown the towel before. You know, I think he got too much punishment.
Yeah.
The referee also would have stopped the fight before. But you know something else. Mark Hunt is a tough guy.
Yeah.
Tough guy. You know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It was.
I
It
mean-
was a crazy fight.
Yeah, we got to give all credit to Stipe though, because Stipe is the upcoming heavyweight. He'll probably fight for the belt sometime soon, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool to see him versus somebody like Ken Velasquez or
Ooh,
you
yeah.
know,
Okay, maybe I don't know about
If
that.
If he
But-
can,
But
if he can stay
guys.
healthy, yeah.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
Or we'll see probably somebody else before, of course. But
Yeah.
it was kind of good fight on his side.
And what else went on this weekend? We had Faber versus Edgar. That was a super fight in the Philippines, first time in Manila. Or it was Manila? Manila?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was in
Manila,
Manila, Philippines.
yes.
Yeah, that was a great fight as well. You know, Edgar.
At the mall, right?
Yeah, some huge mall in Manila, and they have Edgar won that fight against Faber. Faber was actually moving up from 135, and as you know, like
Well, I mean, if you think about it, Faber used to fight at 45,
Uh-huh.
and he moved down to 35 because it worked better.
Uh-huh.
Edgar was fighting at 55 because that was around his natural weight. He moved down to 45 because that worked better.
Uh-huh.
And then for the super fight, I went back up to 45.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I don't know. Like, yeah, it's a super fight because they're both great fighters.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have one fighter going up and one fighter going down. So I mean, it would have been I think you could have made some pretty easy bets on
Yeah.
who was gonna win, just because I don't know, the size,
They did pretty good though. At I mean, the whole fight was pretty good to be honest. I mean, they
Yeah.
were kind of equal, but of course you see.
I heard
it-
Frankie
it
just
was a
pretty much
little bit-
edged it, right? Edged it every round. He just pretty
Yeah,
much
no, for sure.
won.
Yeah, takedowns. He's got a lot of takedowns.
He was
you know.
able to mix it up.
Yes.
I'm
was
surprised he
actually
can take
pretty-
down Uriah though.
Exactly,
You
that
know?
was everybody was saying. He got a lot of takedowns. So
Yeah.
Uriah is a
Wrestler.
guy.
Yeah,
so
yeah. That's a good
that
good
was cool
fight.
to see. Also something else, the Mark Munoz last fight. That was.
Oh
pretty cool
yeah,
to see.
yeah. That was good. Yes,
That's nice that he got to win for the last one.
Yeah, because he was in a losing streak there, and I guess he just wants to, help out more within the MMA community. I know he's probably going to do something in the Philippines because he is from the Philippines.
Right.
Yeah, I was looking at the rest of the card. I couldn't pronounce more than half the names, so it's just like, local fighter, local. Okay, it must be local. I can't say their name, so.
Yeah, no, it was really good to see Mark Munoz winning, and he won actually really nice. Really
Yeah.
in a
Was
really
it pretty
nice way.
dominant?
Yeah, it was pretty
Dominant?
dominant. He won by unanimous decision, and at the end it was pretty touching speech at the end for
Yeah.
for
Yeah, that was
his
a good
last
one.
time. It was pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
And then even Gregor Musasi.
Yep.
He
He's
beat-
one of my favorite fighters.
Yeah,
He's-
he's pretty cool. He beat
Yeah.
Costas Philippou.
Yeah.
Philippou, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
And,
So he's moving up the ranks. I guess I don't know if he'll ever, hopefully one day, knock on the doors because the middleweight division is pretty stacked. And talking about middleweight division, we got UFC 187 coming up, and that's got Weidman versus Vitor Belfort, and also Daniel Cormier versus Anthony Johnson, which used to be Johnson versus Jones.
Yeah.
And after the whole recent thing with Jones,
Do you think that was too late coming with Jones? Do you think that he shouldn't, with the coke,
yeah,
and
he,
then
he got in trouble
It wasn't
before.
even his first time with the car,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
drugs, all that.
I think it's a pretty big statement that the
Yeah.
UFC did. It's like doesn't matter who you are, you can be the top dog and still
But do you
get in trouble.
No,
Yes,
but I
yes,
bet they were. I bet they were still like, man.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
Dang
I'm
it.
sure he'll fight back. He'll
Yeah.
fight again, don't you think?
Yeah.
He's just too much money.
I don't know. It's hard to say. It was a really big deal for him.
Yeah.
The belt, everything for it was, I don't know. It was a big thing.
Sometimes it's weird to think about that. Like, I fight, and I'd like to fight in the UFC someday, but at the same time, they have certain expectations of how you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to act,
Yeah.
and this and that. Not that I have any issues okay, but at the same time, you have these other guys,
Yeah.
you know, and they're supposed to uphold these certain standards and things like that, and they have an extra big lens on them, especially superstars like John Jones.
Yeah.
And you know, like, I don't know, like, those guys, they want to be able to live their life, but then at the same time, they're restricted because they have this lens on them, you know.
Yeah.
The line kind of gets, you know, they're like celebrities, but at the same time, since it's athletics,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of kids look up to them. You know, it's like one thing to look up to like an actor
Yeah.
because they act, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, but as an athletic superstar, you hope that you can train hard enough to be that good.
Yeah.
And then you have them doing things that might not be seen so great.
Yeah, but not as bad as what Jones did. You know, you don't just
Yeah.
hit him right.
You don't just hit a pregnant lady and run away.
Yeah. Right, Officer Reyes.
Right.
Well, I mean, I guess that's it. You know, that's our second episode, and I think it went very successful. This was a fun one. I like this one.
Yeah, if they stuck with us the whole time,
Yeah.
you can pause in between, folks, and
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah, it's a podcast. You can pause, you can replay, you can do whatever you want with it. You can even just put your headphones on, don't even watch the video, and just listen to us. You know, we got some awesome voices. You know, we got.
Plug us into your audio cable into the TV. Or
Yeah.
not TV.
We're gonna be on SoundCloud too.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have our own channel on SoundCloud. What else we're gonna? I say we're gonna be everywhere. You know, just look us up, Gulf Coast Fight TV. Go to www.gulfcoastfighttv.com and check us out on Facebook. We got a Twitter page coming up, or we do.
We do have a Twitter page.
We do have a Twitter page,
Who's
and
posting on the Twitter page?
Diego right now. And hey, first or last, whatever. But this whole podcast would not be happening right now without the man behind the camera, which is Diego Reyes.
Diego Reyes.
Yeah, and you've probably seen him in every event there is around locally. Yeah,
He
takes
would be
pictures.
he would be in front of the camera, but he's not wearing pants right now.
Yeah. He's too good looking for the camera, so he's got us ugly guys come here in front. So, you know, thank you, Diego. You're the man, because without this, it won't be happening right now. And, of course, we got the man from Woo,
Paco.
Paco. To get your good stuff, to get your shin guards, to get
Good
your
stuff.
cups, to get
get your good
whatever.
stuff.
Yeah, Paco, he's got it all. He's got it all. Hey, Chow, how much do you hate it when someone wears those cheap
Dude,
shin guards?
don't come into the gym
Yep.
with the gloves you get at a fight, those little 4-ounce gloves, the ones you fight with. Don't come into
Yeah.
the gym and be trying to spar with your MMA gloves. Those hurt, man. It's a reason we use those for a fight. And then go to the store,
Yeah.
go to Woo, and ask them, hey, where are the training MMA gloves? You know,
Yep.
the ones with like 6 ounces of padding that you don't have to kill your partner with, okay?
Yep.
Go get you some.
Yep.
It's a lot, you know, it's better on your hands, better on your wrists, and it's a lot better on your partner's faces. They'll appreciate it.
Yep.
I promise.
Agreed. Is there anything you want to highlight from Woo?
No, we're open every day, Monday through Saturday. Monday through Friday, we're open 10:30 to 7:30 p.m. Saturdays, we're open from 12 to 6 p.m. And go check us out.
Yeah, and I'm wearing the gloves right now.
He's been
and
wearing the whole podcast.
They're legit. They're legit. They feel good. They feel good, and I like them. I had some Muay Thai gloves. They're a lot bulkier, and they just got in the way a lot. You know, not that there's anything wrong with that, but I don't train just Muay Thai. So, you know, they have some good products, man. I put this on, and it feels good. I'd love to punch Nico in the face right now.
Yeah.
But he won't let me.
No.
So, go check their stuff out.
So, yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys so much. Keep tuning in. It's just gonna get better from here. We're gonna get bigger and better.
Hopefully.
You know, no, we will.
I
will.
mean,
there's no
we
such
will.
thing as hopefully.
We will.
So, you know, with the man behind the camera, Diego Reyes, we will get to the top.
To the top.
Uno.
We'll be on top.
Hey, yo, Adrian.
Thank you so much, and tune in the next few weeks.
Thank you, guys.
La, 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 la.